How you doing, everyone? It's Kevin. I'm back with another video. New project today we're working on. We have what I think they call a TV van. Now you guys can correct me if you'd like, but these guys go out and they line sewer lines, and this is the TV van. So they take a little computerized robot and they run it down in these lines so they can see where they're broke or they're plugged up or whatever like that. So they got a hold of me and they said they were having issues with their generator. From what I understand, a generator for one of these guys costs you about $7,000. They asked if they could, if I could build them a box to install a cheaper generator in this van where the old generator went. So yeah, I told them I could probably do that for them. So that's what I'm working on today, is a generator box for the TV van here. This company is called, I think, Victory. Of course, it's on the side of the truck. I would say that's their name. So let me show you the box where it goes, and I'll show you what I'm building to put in place of this box. We're actually just adding on to this box. Let me show you. So right in here is where the box goes. This is where the original generator set in there, and they said it hung lower than what that box was. So I told them that if you're going to put a different generator in, you got to make sure that the bottom of the box doesn't hit the ground. And I said I need to drop that at least 3 inches in order to get our new generator to fit. So we went from right around $7,000 generator to $1,100 Predator generator we're going to put in there, and I'll show you what that is. We'll get in the garage and check that out. Okay, so this is the generator they asked me to put in the box, and it is a 5,000 watt Predator generator. It cost about $1,100, and if you compare that to $7,000, we can buy quite a few of these before we're going to get to that $7,000 mark. So now this is the box that I'm actually working on to put that generator in, and it's only an extension to fit in that box out there. This box is going to fit right in the bottom of it. It's going to hang down about 3 inches lower than that out there. If you remember what it looked like out there, it's going to be 3 inches lower. It's going to be quite a bit lower than what that one is, but they told me the old generator actually set about 3 inches lower, so I think this is going to work out great. We're going to be able to slide our generator right inside this box. So this is exactly how it's going to slide in, and then we're going to build a door for the front of this thing. It's going to set in there actually pretty nice. I didn't want to do all this on video because it takes me so long to do it on video. It takes me a long time to get this project done, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep you posted on how it's going as we're building. We're not going to actually show you every bit of this build, but you're going to get the idea of how it is built. So these two L brackets here, they're just going to allow that box to set down and come out a little bit further than what it is. So we need it to come out a little bit further and go down a little further. And that's what these brackets are going to allow it to do. Right now I'm working on the doors. We have some support in the bottom. We don't want to get it too low to the ground, so we got a small piece of angle iron in here to give that front just a little bit more strength, because we're going to be rolling this generator in and out. One bad thing about this generator when we put it in, it's not hooked up to the fuel line in the truck. You have to roll the generator out, fill it up, and then roll it back in. This is all made out of 1/8 inch steel. Every bit of it is 1/8 inch steel. We need it as heavy as we can get it to make sure that it doesn't get damaged if it gets bumped. And hopefully it don't get bumped. This is our box, and this is our start. What I'm doing here is just welding tracks so the generator rolls straight in and it can't slide back and forth. These tracks will continue right across the door. So now I got my chains on here that is going to hold the door, and we set the generator up in there. Now we definitely have it, this box is made as close as we could possibly get. I got about 1/4 of an inch right here, and then when I pull it down so we can fill it up with fuel, I'm working on about, I don't know, maybe a 1/16 of an inch. I know it's not quite an 1/8, and that gas cap just I mean, it's really tight in there. Let's see if I give you a close up. You can see how close the cap is. I couldn't have built it any smaller or it wouldn't have came out of there. So now when we close our door, a little bit heavy, but that's what we want because we're going to have the generator on there. As you can see, my support beam in here, it's really close. It's within an inch of hitting the generator. These tracks right here will keep the generator from sliding side to side. Now this generator will be turned around. This is a remote control generator. They can run it by remote, and when it's setting in the truck itself, the exhaust will run through this hole. It will run through this mesh. Hopefully we have everything set up nice the way they need it, but the machine will turn around and run the exhaust through here. Now if they decide they don't want to run the exhaust through there, they're going to have to come up with some kind of a contraption to mount to the exhaust right here. And you can see it has a couple bolts in there, so we can pipe that off of there and maybe do a flex line and get it outside the truck. One thing we don't want to do is have the exhaust going up through the floor. It's a TV van. There's going to be guys in there working on a cold day and they got the door closed. You want to make sure that this thing's not going to harm anybody. So that's a big thing, the exhaust. We got to make sure the exhaust gets outside the truck. Preferable out the side. Definitely out the side, not underneath anywhere. Okay, this is my locking mechanism to lock that door. So when you lift up on this, door comes down. Then when you're going to close your door, it relatches, just like that. So you have room to put a padlock on here, slide the padlock on there, keep somebody from stealing your generator. Pretty simple little setup, nothing really to it. Door's closed. Alright, our generator box is finished. Here's the latch for it. A padlock will fit in there. You just push up, open your door like so, and your generator will slide out onto the door. Now if you're leaning one way, you can put the wheels on this side. You leave the wheels here if you're leaning that way. If you're leaning in, which this truck is, just pick it up, put it over the wheels. They'll sit right like that. You can get to your fuel right here. We had to cut a little slot up here. It's probably about an 1/8 inch from hitting the bottom of the truck there. Roll it in. We built this so the exhaust will go out this grate. We put the expander metal in there, so the exhaust will go straight out through the grate and come out here. The Predator engine has a CO2 detector on it. If it senses carbon monoxide, it's going to shut this motor down. We started it up and left it run for about a half hour in there and had no issues at all with it. It didn't shut down at all. As far as strapping it in there, you don't have to strap it because it's just that it probably only has less than 1 inch of space from the door to the wheels. We put a couple chains on here so it would give it plenty of strength when the generator is pulled out and on top of it. Now we just bolted this box on the original box that was in there. One nice thing about the original box that's in there, if you look up in there, you'll see it has slotted bolts in there, so you can pull the back box in and out. So if you end up building something like this, you may want to adjust them bolts once you get the bottom piece built and put in there. Adjust your bolts so that it fits. Just for now, for transporting this, I'll put a little clip on here for them. That way the door doesn't pop open. It shouldn't pop open, but we're not going to take any chances. So if you have a TV van and you don't want to spend the $7,000 for the generator, you might want to think about building you a box like this. We got this whole thing built plus the generator for just under $2,000, which I thought was pretty fair. Compared to $7,000, this looks pretty good. So overall, this project took me about 2 days. I'm going to say 2 8-hour days. I built the box, got everything set up, and got it put in. I think that was pretty good for the project that we had to build. I would like to tell everyone thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment if you'd like. Till next time.